Hello everyone, Jules here. Today I'd like to make a video response to a few recent videos on the topic of content creators, negativity and community. And I've got a few points written down here. The reason why I'm making this video is because I thought it might be a good idea. It may help some people who are thinking of starting a YouTube channel, and I think I wanted to make some points about this issue, about content creators, negativity and the community, because this topic comes around reasonably often, at least once a year. So I wanted to mention some points that I don't hear mentioned very often, and I wanted to speak about this from some of my experiences of having a YouTube channel over the last 3 years and some of my observations. So my first response to this topic, I have broken it down to 3 main points that I think cover a lot of the experience of negativity in the community in response to content creating. The first one is, I think this is a boundaries issue. It's a boundaries issue for content creators. It's probably also a boundary issue for people who watch or comment on videos as well. But I want to talk about this from the aspect of content creating. So boundary issues are very important if you are going to be a content creator. The second one is privacy issues. I think if you are going to be talking about very personal issues, then you need to be very aware that you are discussing these personal issues with virtual strangers in cyberspace. So you can't necessarily, as a content creator, you are making yourself vulnerable to some extent, talking about very personal issues and expecting overall support, because that's not always going to happen. And number 3 is expectations. This has also got to do with expectations. For anyone who is thinking of having or starting a YouTube channel, my best advice to you is do not have your expectations too high. That's the best advice I can give you from experience. Now to talk a bit more about boundary issues. I have seen some content creators in recent years, in recent times, over-identifying with their channel. For some content creators, there is a blurred line between themselves and their channel. So there are some content creators who start to think that their channel is them. So in my case, my channel is not me. It's an aspect of my life, but my channel is not me. And the privacy issues, I've already mentioned that briefly, about being really, really careful about making yourself potentially vulnerable, talking about sensitive issues and personal issues, and expecting overall support from virtual strangers. Now to talk about some more points about this. I've got a number of points written down here and I need to get through these. The first other thing I want to say is, as online creators, we choose to be online. It is our choice to be content creators and to put ourselves out there. That point seems to be overlooked a lot of the time. We choose to do that. That's our choice. But we need to be prepared and we need to be responsible as well about what to expect, about the very wide range of interaction that takes place. There is also interaction that occurs between the content creators themselves, the channel holders. It's not only viewers, subscribers, people who choose to comment. There is a wide range of social interaction that goes on. The next point is, don't expect everyone to like you or your content. That is not realistic either. That does not happen in real life. We don't expect people in society to like us and to like everything about us. That just is not real. It does not happen. The next thing I want to mention is the dislike button. I've heard this mentioned so much over the years, and it still is mentioned. The dislike button is put there by YouTube for constructive criticism. That's why it was put there and it is still there. I think any content creators who have a problem with the dislike button, turn off the dislike button and ignore that. I've even seen one of these videos about negativity in the community where the dislike button is referred to like it is some kind of problem. I can tell you that in the 3 years that I've had my channel, very early on in that time, after the first few weeks or first few months, I turned off the dislike button, and I don't really give that another thought. So if you have a problem with the dislike button, maybe you should think, if you can't get a bit more perspective about that, maybe you may not be the kind of person who should be suitable for making content on YouTube. And I certainly don't take it personally, and I don't think of people who use the dislike button as some kind of troll. I don't. And the dislike button is not always personal anyway. It could be something about your content. It could even be your backdrop. It does not have to be personal because someone has used the dislike button. It's there to be used and people will continue to use it. Now about comments. You can block or delete comments. You can approve comments. You can disable comments. There are lots of different things that you can do if you have negative comments from time to time. There are things in place that you can do. Now personally with my channel is not about me. My channel has never been about me. My channel is about my path. My channel is about providing resources and information about my path, about esoteric topics, about spirituality. So my channel is not about me. And that is why I have not played the numbers game or the popularity game. That is why I have stopped showing my subscriber number quite a long time ago. I've had my channel for 3 years, and it was about 3 months into starting my channel when I realised that I don't really, I value my subscribers, I appreciate my subscribers, but I don't need to be parading my numbers as some kind of popularity competition. For me personally, I'm speaking from me, these are my views. I don't need to do that. My content speaks for itself. I don't need that kind of approval. So my channel is not about me. So as I said, I don't show the dislike. The dislike button is turned off. I don't show my subscribers. Now, another important point I want to make is I am not condoning actual hate speech. That is more than negativity anyway. I am not condoning or dismissing that. I am talking about the kinds of things that are general negative comments and or using the dislike button. That is all part of the YouTube content creator experience. And everyday life is like that too. Society is not, a kind, loving place. So the YouTube content creator society is not that much different. So what I'm also saying is expect some negativity in life. Life is not fair. Expect it. I'm not saying to accept it or to think it's okay, but expect it. That's the reality. And I suppose the other all-round point I want to make here is that this is the World Wide Web with diverse backgrounds. It's a very large demographic. And we do not live in an ideal world or society. There are very, very different, a wide number of backgrounds and experiences, and we can't expect automatic general cohesiveness. These things have to be worked on. YouTube is not a magical media platform. It's not a place, even in the so-called spiritual community. It's not this magical social media platform where things are going to be different to society. It's an extended form of society. And it is human social interaction on a large scale. This is group dynamics in a large scale, on a large scale. The other point I want to make is people and viewers do not know us as content creators. You don't know me. You don't know my life. I don't know your life. I don't know you. So let's try to keep expectations more real. We're all living in a time of major global crisis with deaths, unemployment, and racism. Serious issues. And these are being escalated. The pressure and stress is building. All of this pressure and stress is escalating existing problems and issues. So what I've been trying to say here all round, I'm trying to give a more objective view about being what it is like to be a content creator on YouTube, and raise some issues that I don't normally hear. I've heard content creators make these types of videos and it seems to be a them and us type of. It's always me as a content creator, people talking, from their perspective as a content creator, and not looking at a wider perspective of what the experience, what the reality is about interacting on YouTube, what the nature of this form of online media interaction actually is. Having a real look at why things happen as they do. Pointing the finger is one thing, and yes, sometimes it is justified, as I was saying in the case of actual hate speech. But these lesser significant things, like the dislike button and people not always liking us or our content, well, that is the reality of social interaction. So they are the main things that I want to say for now. There may be another video response on some other related issues or the types of issues related to being a content creator and having a YouTube channel. Possibly some issues that I would like to discuss a bit more from my experience, from my perspective of having a YouTube channel over the last 3 years. But I wanted to make these points for now because I'm hoping it may help someone before they start a YouTube channel, and because some of these points I have never really heard from a more objective perspective. So thank you for watching. Bye for now.